Hello. Okay.
Hi
Welcome
guys, and
back.
welcome back to Tales from the Shadows.
I don't remember how to do this.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Guys, we're on break. Bring the energy down.
The last time we played the party, they were doing a heist. It was very, very good heist. They were stealing the dogs.
We didn't steal them. We paid for them
yeah.
in money and hit points.
Aphelion sweet talked the Black Prince into
I
letting him borrow
Okay.
2 of his hounds in exchange for the deal Aphelion had already struck with the head of the Corremel Thieves Guild, Jaren Silvertongue, for their house that they are now living in and love, by the way. Aphelion takes the dogs happily from the Black Prince and delivers them. That's the easy bit. But then, as part of that deal he made with the Black Prince, the group had to then steal the dogs back from who Jaren Silvertongue sold them.
It was flirtier in person, okay? The deal was flirtier in person.
Whatever you say. So, it wasn't even flirty. I don't understand. Yeah,
No,
whatever.
it was just really sad. Aphelion was trying not to be possessed, right? And the Black Prince was like, what are you gonna do? Steal them back? And we said steal them back at the same time.
It was a moment. But, all right, so the group has been successful to a certain degree. They did make it out with the dogs, though Strand ended up making a deal with the owner, who may or may not be Misopheles. It's kind of looking like he could have just made a deal with Misopheles himself. Unfortunately, he lost 3 hit points and he's pissed. So Misopheles went on the murder list, but that's an issue another day, right?
I did it to
So-
free slaves.
There's a soundbite.
What?
And the group was on their way out on a boat, and they're not letting me skip them confirming the Black Prince got the hounds back and everything. So I guess that's what we're doing this session.
We've
We're gonna
missed a crucial part of last session.
Did we? Oh,
We've
oh.
adopted an new but old NPC.
They struck a deal. They now have a live-in chef. Do allow me to skip forward through the rest of your boat ride and the carriage ride back, unless there's anything that you'd like to discuss as you're, bumping along the poorly maintained road and slowly getting up towards the well-paved as you work through first the different districts of Corremel and then finally onto the Royal Road.
Does he still have the beheaded heads up?
Oh yeah, they're, as you look at them, it almost seems as though they're too well preserved. There is some kind of magical assistance, some decomposing action. You know that there are a couple spells that do that.
They're just gentle, reposed heads. It's fine.
They don't have coins on them.
You don't need coins to actually be on the eyes. Coins are just part of the spell components needed to cast the spell.
Where did they put them?
I don't know, in the mouth? Oh my god. Ditto.
I actually think that might be also culturally relevant.
The gates rise up immediately as the carriage approaches. It is the Black Prince's carriage. And you are led inside through the window, flanked with lovely purple curtains. You see the pale witch has lifted a hand and her fingers slightly dipped towards her palm as she does what you think might be some kind of wave or sign, drawing a sigil in the air. Who knows?
Lulen waves back.
She doesn't smile, but her eyes catch yours.
Just a small wave. Then we'll rejoin the conversation about severed heads.
Please stop. Come on. Like, why can't he just take them down?
They're decor.
They're less decor and more a warning to people not to mess with the prince or something like that.
Very
Strategically,
true.
it's pretty sound.
It's just a reiteration of his own goddamn trauma.
It would be weakness to take them down now.
It really would. Right.
Have them up for a couple of weeks at least.
War is coming. Eventually,
I'm gonna
on an
ask
undetermined
politely.
timeline.
I'm gonna ask politely. I can't do this. It's my trauma too.
The carriage comes to a stop. After a few moments, if none of you move towards the door, the
I move towards the
goblin
door.
No, the coachman is meant to open the door, Strand, please.
I have hands. I could just open the door.
So does the coachman.
But they're driving. They already did all the work we need them to do.
This is still their job. It's rude if you
Ugh.
don't let them do it.
All right.
Speaking of, he does so. The door opens slowly.
Did we also
And-
kind of adopt this guy?
No. No.
We did. We
kinda
were
did,
tight.
though.
Not really. You had a brief conversation,
That was
if I
enough.
remember.
Yeah.
That was enough.
He was ride or die for us.
He does smile at you as you leave, but he doesn't follow you when you finally walk off because you're walking off, right?
Yes, we are walking
oh, for
off.
sure. For sure.
We are progressing the
With him
story.
No.
We don't need a goblin coachman at the moment.
At the
Guys,
moment.
we
know where
cannot
to find
afford to
one.
hire more servants.
Well, he's the Black Prince's servant, so we don't have to hire him. It's fine.
Hey, we can just get him on loan.
We are walking away.
As soon as you take a few steps away from the carriage, he's taking you around to the back of the palace where there are lovely gardens filled with very grayscale looking flowers and like black roses and white ones, and then different almost filler of florals that are of all the shades in between. But absolutely no color otherwise, other than the blue lanterns that hang high up from posts decorating it. On the other side of that garden is the Black Prince. He is sitting on one of the stone benches that also decorate this garden, and he's watching all of you. The two hounds seated at his side.
Hi.
I would say he's about 30 or so feet away from you at this time. However, as you say hi to him, even from this distance, assumedly at normal volume, his eyebrow does raise, none of the rest of his face moving.
Ooh, scary. You got them? Were they okay? They kind of ran out of the boat as soon as it was close enough for there to be land.
Are you yelling this?
I'm walking
30 feet
forward.
away?
Walking
Oh,
towards Fine.
the path of the garden is quite winding. Do you take the like paved path, or are you cutting
I'll
through?
misty step next to him. It's fine. Yeah,
Oh,
fuck you
okay.
guys.
You are in range of that, yes. So you just misty step next to the prince.
Yeah, are they okay? Were they treated well? They kind of ran off as soon as we got close to land. Assumed towards you, and I was correct.
Of course, they came to me.
You
Walking
got
through the winding path. That doesn't answer the question.
it. Are they okay?
They were not well taken care of, but they're here, so they will be now.
That's great. That's great. That's good. I'm glad that I could keep up my end of the promise. I didn't want to let you down.
Yes, that would have been bad for you.
Valiant blinks at him.
Lulen calls out, maybe you should get some lions.
They were enjoying, quote unquote, playing with the lions. They were kind of bullying them. Kind of bad.
Keeping them with other animals. Rookie mistake. I'm surprised I did not immediately devour them. In fact.
Enrichment.
Does this mean the slaves are free?
Oh yeah. Have you what's your progress on that?
Why would progress begin before your half of the deal was settled?
I don't know. You've had the dogs for like an hour. I'm just asking. Yeah, it sounds like we all think really highly of you and your speed.
I think you do.
What? What are you implying?
Things are in motion, however, I thought it best to see the date that you would return the carriage in, knowing you.
It's fine. Nothing happened to the carriage. Knowing me. Which BS.
How much time has passed? Has it been a long time?
I believe your shadow thing had just run out, so I think that means it was about an hour. Well, plus travel time, so 2 hours, we'll say.
That's it? From when we left
Yeah.
Corremel?
That was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. That
Wow.
was incredibly efficient of us.
Yeah. That's insane.
Definitely wasn't like 15 hours.
No.
Oh.
Time works differently out here.
Some folk get quite sucked into gambling there, I hear.
It's true. I punched a guy over some gambling.
I thought you punched a guy because it was the queue.
Yeah, but under the guise that it was over gambling.
Lulen, have you guys made it past the winding path yet?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yes, it wasn't that far.
This is a garden, right?
Yeah.
Strand's taking his time. He's looking around.
Yeah.
He's like,
Not
ooh,
running.
plant.
Yeah, there's not much color, but it still looks very lovely. If you'd like, you can make a nature check to see if you can glean anything, Strand, as you're taking your time.
Oh,
Of a
okay.
bardic.
14 total.
Yeah, you look around and, like, you're not sure of any names other than, you know, the obvious, like, roses. They love roses, you've realized throughout all your time here. But you look around and you're quite sure that you've seen that flower before, but it had some color before.
And it's colorless now?
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Keep on moving.
The Black Prince isn't making eye contact with most of you, other than, like, almost too quick of looks. He looks the other way, like, towards the garden, towards a tree and some of the flowers over there. And while he looks the opposite way, his hand, almost like it's trying to be discreet, goes to his hound's neck, and he scritches a bit at a fold in its neck. The hound does not move whatsoever, other than slightly close its eyes a bit more. If there's not anything else you need, then you should be on your way. Yes?
Yeah, I don't think we needed anything. I'm glad that... What are you laughing at?
Gonna point at Aphelion.
What
Very obviously.
What? Can you take the heads down?
Yeah, Lulen opens her mouth to do the message and then goes, there you go, you've got it.
The heads.
I look at the Black Prince and shake my head no.
Aphelion looks at the Black Prince and gives him puppy dog eyes.
When you bring up the head, he was looking off in the distance, of course, but he like immediately looks towards you. It trips up a little bit. What? The heads? No, they put it. Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, do I cutting words this? That'd be pretty funny.
I'll give myself 1. Use 1 and then I'll have no more probability die. Alright, well it doesn't fucking matter. Fuck you. I'm gonna roll that shit. If you want to cutting words me, you can. I'll re-roll for you.
Oh, cutting words is minus a d8, it's not a reroll.
Oh, yeah, you want to minus a d8?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay,
I've
so
got
I'm
bardic to
currently
spare.
at 22 plus
Yeah,
6.
yeah, you're at...
Yeah, he rolled
Alright,
for his wisdom save.
that's charisma-based characters.
He has a plus 20 to his
Alright,
wisdom
so
save, right?
I have a dirty 20. I have a dirty 20 because I rolled max on Daisy fucking me over. Not, it's fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Aphelion has rolled a dirty 20, but I will now reveal to them what the Black Prince rolled.
No fucker. Fuck you! Damn you! Damn you, T!
Which was a 19 plus 5 equaling a 24.
I was a 14 plus 8 plus 6 so minus 8.
There was a lot more math that went into Aphelion's. So you give him your self-described puppy eyes and dirty 20. He falters. No, the heads must stay up. It would be a sign of weakness to bring them down at a time like this.
No.
That's precisely what I said. And
My
Strand.
enemies and their allies that still live, their sympathizers, need the warning.
Okay.
Besides, I did not put them up myself.
I didn't think you did. I think you ordered it.
It don't matter who did it. War is coming. We need to show our strength. I can say our, right?
I have
Upset.
been aligned with you thus far. I meant that Rosa insisted that it was time. She was insisting that they should still speak and scream. But I
Oh, that would be so
Figured that-
metal.
Sorry.
that was not worth the enchantments.
No. Cause a noise complaint.
To who? Complain to who?
He's got a point there, Lulen.
Oh, that is true. Never mind.
But well, while we're here, I guess you don't seem like the waltz around in a garden with your dogs type of person.
You have not met me. Garden typically, no, but that is where I knew you would be left off, that I may see the state of the courage.
Oh, so you came to see us when we got here?
I already told you that I wished to see the state of the courage you would return it in.
Strand face palms.
Aphelion, being knowingly obtuse, is like, no, so you came to see us when we got here. Oh, that's so sweet.
I did not. The state of you, after a mission that anyone could have done, simply, it was the principle.
I'm pretty sure that Strand made a deal with the devil, so I don't think this is an anyone situation.
The devil, not the that's fine.
A devil, not the devil?
Well,
Of the
unclear.
devils,
Definitely not the devil. It's not Asmodeus or anything like that.
You just love making deals that you couldn't possibly comprehend, don't you?
Well, I mean, he's on the murder list now, so I don't have to own up to it, really.
I didn't make my deal, so...
Typically, contracts do not allow you to murder the one that you forged them with. Typically, the contract writers in this realm are better at preparing themselves for such thoughts. Otherwise, everyone would.
Strand, do you have a copy we can go over right now?
Do I have a copy?
No.
No.
Nope.
Strand, you failed at like the first level of contract having. Oh my god. Do I have a copy?
Of which one?
My own.
No.
I've also failed.
You know where you can get one, though.
I don't want to.
Well, I'm just saying that in the Court of a Million Stars, there is a records hall that you assume has a copy of your contract.
La la la. La la la.
You can go
Wow,
off your
okay.
parents whilst we're there.
Well, why would we be? Okay. I would rather not. I'm sure there's plenty of people in this room who would not like to talk to their parents at the moment. It was in this garden. Not room, sorry.
Why would you say that? He meets your eyes.
I would say it because I have a necklace around my neck that says I can say it. So I think it's pretty obvious why I would say it.
Leave the garden. There's no need for you to be here.
Well, can we get an ETA on you actually dealing with the slave issue?
It will be dealt with when it will be dealt with.
Oh, but we did this really, really quickly for you. It would be kind of you to reciprocate the speed with which
It's been like an hour. It takes
like-
time.
2?
You are very demanding today for
hours.
people who did a mediocre job at a mediocre task. Leave the estate. I do not wish to be any part of your shenanigans for the rest of the day.
aw.
I need to think about how much I clearly do not wish to see my parents, and everything that I do is definitely not to see my father again. So please do leave.
Insight check.
Well,
Does
we
he
know
wanna
he's
see his
got
dad?
daddy issues. He does want to see his dad.
He obviously does want to see his dad.
19 total.
I wasn't talking about him either. Aphelion knows that he wants to see his dad and was definitely implying something about Sarashtra and implying something about Misra, but he can't say that,
Who?
so I don't know
Who?
who.
I've never heard of that
So-
name in my life.
Strand, as you look at the Black Prince, he is standing up as he's, essentially banishing you guys out of the Black Prince's palace for the day. He is looking away, and his dogs also stand up with him, immediately going to his sides, almost in like defensive stances.
Mm-hmm.
You feel the temperature in the air around him like switch towards freezing.
So does Aphelion feel that? Because Strand probably knows why, but does Aphelion, who's standing right there?
You can roll insight. I think you're likely the closest to him. DC 12. See if you pick up on that. The change in temperature, at least, because it is like a physical thing.
And then Adam statue, you totally get first dibs on
Response.
reacting, yeah. Mine's 13.
All right. We'll get out of your hair. If there is any resistance with the emancipation of slaves going on and you need some people's heads caved in to resolve the issue, just call us. I'll be happy to help.
I
Bye.
will not have need of you.
Okay. I turn 2.
He's gonna stalk off, actually. Not towards the palace, but deeper into the garden, to who knows where.
Oh.
There's a winding path
Gardens.
still, and you.
What did I say?
Beats me. He's a grumpy bastard.
No,
Let's
he's
go.
He's not a bastard.
Oh,
I think he kind of is.
I believe
Yeah.
by definition.
Even a fair child, like
Yeah,
that's
I know.
you.
That's just not very kind of you to say.
It's a dictionary definition. Well,
think it would
whatever.
would it be less kind if it wasn't true? Oh well. Come on. Leave him to it.
We walk off. Let's go to the archive, the library. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
The library, the monastery.
The monastery.
The
The
archive.
monastery, they have
The
archive is
Library's code word.
to the
No,
library.
it's officially it's monastery, but it's actually
It's a library / archive within the monastery.
yeah, like it's
having more
for-
than one notebook.
It is officially a monastery, just as a recap. But inside there was, a hidden level to it. After you guys,
Sodality of
True.
silent right.
yeah, you proved yourselves as trustworthy, so they trusted you, and now you know what it truly is. It's like a safe haven for a group that is very much on the side of the Moonlight King, essentially, and would like to see his return. Since then, I believe you guys would agree, Sarastra's solo rule has been a net negative for the realm. All right, we heading over there?
I guess so.
Let's do it. Of course, to get here, you guys had to do the very classic, hit the right bricks on the door with a light source to get in. But yes, you do. It's been a while since you've been here, so people do, under their bird mask, give you a bit of strange looks. You assume from the okay, you're just running. Got it.
No, we're not running.
You
We're
seem to
moving
be
our
running.
tokens as you narrate. That's all.
Yeah, you ignoring everyone's looks, you burst right into a very large and grassy courtyard here. You remember this, it acts as the centerpiece of the entire monastery, quote unquote. Of course, you know that's the front surrounded by a cloistered walkway that's held up by a series of columns here that you're just playing duck duck goose around. And there's also, there's a small food garden that, they definitely have the best color that you've seen of any vegetables around these parts. There's Strixes, of course, squawking, yelling at a few of the members working in the fields.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, Strixes are owls with human teeth.
Who?
They are. They are. We love them. Yes,
They're terrifying, but we love them.
Yeah, you guys have run directly into the stacks. The space in this room is mostly filled with these very large shelves burdened by many books, scrolls, pamphlets, the like, with desks along the outer walls here.
Straight to the librarian.
The bust you're standing next to, Aphelion, turns and asks you, as you might remember, I am the catalog and can guide you to the work you are looking for. What do you seek?
Vampire smut books.
I don't believe I have that in my catalog. Would you like to request it?
Yes.
Okay, I made a note of it.
That's gonna be some weird mail. These guys are like, what just happened?
Sister Iebra, she was doing some work. She turns around and does recognize you guys. Oh, what? I'm vampire.
Don't
Vampire?
ask.
I begin
do you know
going
where
down the
Messina is?
stairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not judging you. This isn't a real monastery.
You should.
Comes up the stairs. It's weird stuff. You should be judgmental about it.
I
I just think King would be supportive of people.
You think so?
Well, his son is.
What? What? What did you do? How did you know that? What the fuck? He's running down the stairs after Lulen.
Vampirism is often a metaphor for many other parts of and she's yelling off, but it very quickly is, of course, cut off as you guys descend deeper.
We just randomly walked into somebody who's actually like into it.
A metaphor for what, huh?
It's cut off. You'll never know. Unless you start the conversation again. You see the series of paintings and the like. There's a bearded shadow fae and silver finery with ice blue eyes and well-coiffed hair that's partially hidden under a very fancy hat. And his form radiates this dignity and gravitas. But each painting that follows, he's still in, but it illustrates the same figure kind of changing, even though it's same guy, same pose. There's subtle changes. His expression turns angry, then confused. He seems to be staring at his hand eventually, as it gradually takes a very bestial appearance. He looks alternatively angry, amused, then confused again. The closer you get to finally they foot with the stairs. He seems to look directly at you on the last step with a very bemused wink.
Wait. Who?
What?
The Moonlit King.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, he's here?
He's here.
In the
You guys
flesh?
have the listening comprehension of
the painting
3-year-old.
has the way. Livy, don't you dare group me in with them.
Like,
Bird distract me, I'm sorry.
I heard hand bestial, and I completely forgot everything before it and everything
my
after
God.
it.
We are the worst. I am sorry.
Do not group me in with you.
no, it's worse. I've literally read this to you before. Like,
No,
Oh,
you
really?
haven't.
Oh,
It's the last
no.
painting at the end. The eyes
Oh,
follow you, and he's
no.
got a fucking like wink smirk.
Oh.
I think Aphelion wasn't looking at it last time. Wasn't trying to focus on that.
I will repeat the last section for you.
No, I heard everything except for who it was.
It didn't say who it is, but it is very much implied, and Daisy told you already.
Oh. Okay, does he look like Spank? Like, need to know. Thank you.
Not really. Like in facial features, maybe, but like the fucker's got a beard and white hair and a quiff. So like,
Yeah, I fucking hate his canon art. You know this. How dare you bring up his stupid fucking hat that is actually really good character design shape-wise.
It is, because he's all
beautiful
shape.
It's beautiful shape design. He's just ugly.
It's beautiful shape design, but he's not hot. So therefore, canon change. Ugly people are not allowed to exist.
I'm gonna say, better go then.
I mean,
You literally said
Incorrect.
you was both the queen and the king. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, fine. I will concede to being hot. Not happy about it
has
though.
pulled everyone he's ever tried to, and
100% success rate.
When the bard's got the lowest body count.
hell yeah.
What are you talking about? Aphelion doesn't have a body count
Somehow
at
it's
all.
the cleric.
Cleric's fun.
Cleric.
If we count
Hey, man.
kisses and body
There you
count,
go.
though.
Ugh.
If we count kisses and body count, though.
God is my wingman.
With your mom as your wingman.
You know,
I don't know my mom.
Biting
I will
people
repeat.
is a metaphor.
The
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Queerness? I don't know.
last sentence. The man offers a bemused wink in the final painting above the final step.
The urge to say some BS like your son loves you and then leave.
What's your marching order? Is it accurate to
Yes.
your...
Yeah,
okay.
oh yeah, accurate, yep.
Yeah, I think I should be in front for this one.
Okay, so Strand, you are on the second to last step. There's the
Okay.
ground, this last step that the painting is above, right? And you were
Uh-huh.
on the step before that. What do
Yes.
you do? This ma'am is staring directly at you.
It is a painting.
Yes.
I keep walking.
This is normal.
I think.
Okay.
Is this some kind
I
of
don't even-
test?
You want me to stop? I'll stop. I'll stop
I
and
will.
look.
I will repeat this again. We
Okay.
have played this before, and so I don't feel bad about this. But yeah, make me a dex save.
Oh, okay.
You guys fell for this last time as well.
What are we supposed to do? Stop at the nice.
Natural 1.
You
Just-
won.
sorry. Yeah.
You won the thing this today. If you wanted to re-roll.
I do not
Oh.
want to reroll.
No, you get
Yeah.
a luck point. Strand
Yeah.
has a
Cool.
luck point.
Mm-hmm.
Mark that luck point. Oh,
Well,
oh,
I
and
have
remember,
a luck from my failure earlier.
Marking
Yeah.
that luck point.
Mm-hmm.
you gotta remember, you got a luck point when you fail. Fail forward.
Spring forward, fall back.
Fail
Stop it. It's
forward.
not, daylight savings is the last thing we should be talking about.
There's no sun here.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I also need Lulen to make the everyone within 5 feet of Strand as he triggers this trap.
22.
All right, you pass. So you will take half as much. So, Strand, as you step onto that final step, the step clicks in place as it is spring loaded and reacts to your weight on it, pushing it down. The man's mouth falls open, and freezing cold air will blast at you, also hitting Lulen's face as you down. And yes, you take 16 points of cold damage. Lulen half as much.
No.
Are you guys okay? Oh.
And you
keep
remember,
getting hit
this happened
today.
last time. This is
Thank
not the first time you've been hit by
Are you alright?
this man's cold breath.
I'm fine.
I've had worse, I think.
You guys have definitely had worse.
No, I mean I've had okay. Aphelion was
What?
definitely implying that he's had worse with the cold breath thing.
All right, you guys have made your way down.
Strand grumbles and casts Cure Wounds at 3rd level on himself.
You okay?
I'm fine. I got maced. I got a bunch of my hit points taken away.
That's not mace. It was cold breath, not.
What the fuck
And then I got
is a
hit by cold
point?
breath.
Yeah.
What is a hit? You say that so often that I'm like, excuse me.
Don't worry about it. It's meta.
What does that
What?
mean?
Oh my god.
Don't listen to me.
Messina!
Messina, you
Messina.
down here?
Yeah, as you get down here, you do see a few additions from the last time you were here. And if you were to go into any of the other adjacent rooms, like you do remember, it just things look better here than you remember.
Wow, things look better here than I remember.
It looks like Messina's cleaned up. You want some alone time with your sister, right?
Please no. Last time
Yeah,
I
I
saw her,
think
she
you
almost
do.
killed me.
No, I think you do need some alone time with your sister. Lulen, we need to talk. What the fuck do you mean?
No, that's right. It would be unsafe to go alone.
What? No, it's your sister. Okay, come on.
Well, I'm
Explain to
pretty
me.
sure Strand has said on multiple occasions that Messina isn't his sister, but
Okay, so you are not.
respecting family.
Respectfully,
is
you are not
your
Lancelot.
forte.
What the fuck does that mean?
Saying
What?
someone doesn't care about their father.
I didn't say
insisting someone is
father,
a
I said
different
parents. I said
person,
parents. I was talking about
going
you
by
bitches.
a different
What?
name.
Wait, no. Was he upset with me?
Oh, you poor sweet summer
Don't
child.
you fucking call me a summer child. What do you mean?
No, Strand,
No,
wait.
No. Strand, go,
Wrong.
hurry.
Okay. You
It's
guys are
okay.
poking your heads in the archive of the crescent moon. I will refresh your guys' memory. There's new moon, crescent moon, and the half moon and the full moon. So this is the crescent moon. The table is neatly against the wall. Messina's not in here. And the books are all put away. There does seem to be a lot of books, like almost concentrated on this bookcase. They're like all filled, and then a lot less on these over here. Almost none on this one, etc.
Could I check the secret door that's over here?
Oh yeah,
Messina's not in here either.
No, she's not. That book is still there though.
I don't remember what it does, so I will cautionarily not
Yeah.
touch it.
It's a large open tome, the Chronicle of the Sovereign's Shattered Circle, and you remember that it has records that are hidden from any other library that share the decline of the Moonlit King and the full history of the Fidelity of Silent Rites. If you'd like a refresher, I can totally give that to you. There are new entries, though, since you've last been here. Someone has written in it.
Is the handwriting familiar?
Familiar in what way?
I used to send with
You're
a
not
book.
here. You shut the door on me.
I'm walking for it. I need to know. I used to be able to send with a book, and that was handwriting based.
Are you sure your patron isn't gonna get mad at you for reading another book?
Again, it's fine. They can be jealous.
All right.
Yeah, you can make a investigation check to see,
My worst enemy.
to see if you can
7.
recognize. Nice. You can make a guess, and I'll give you advantage if it's the same wheelhouse.
I was specifically asking if it was similar to a certain someone who I've sent with, whose, father this is the archive of.
So you think he walked his ass down those stairs and
Oh, you're
wrote
right.
in this
He
book?
wouldn't. But it could be magically written in. But he would have to see his father and walk by his father every time.
So I will actually
Ah.
read what is in the book, and I think you guys will be able to process. You were just a bit clouded by, your thought there, but you realize almost immediately that it is a different handwriting than the rest of the records, but it does share the current year. My brother returned. and rescued me from my fate. She says that Lancelot de Bruna has returned
Ooh, ooh,
Oh.
oh.
Ew.
and removed Messina de Bruna from her fate of stone. Soon they will remove Sarastra from her throne and return the Moonlit King to his.
That's actually
Oof.
kind of the goal,
Awkward.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to
Well.
read back at all?
Yeah,
or...
yeah. I want to read everything.
Yeah, we'll get back to you in a sec. Think about what era you'd like to read about, because I think that's about what you'll have time for.
Mhm.
You can go as far back as when the Moonlit King first took the throne.
I don't care about the Moonlit King, I care about his son, so that's the era I'm going for. So don't even worry about it. I
Like
already
when
have
he
it
was
done.
born? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Strand. I think she had at least canonically lost her hair as of the effects of what happened to her even before she turned to stone. But it probably is starting to it has started to grow in and stuff. So she does have a bit of cue ball, we'll say. Or yeah, she has some growth now, so she's got short
Like a
hair.
really, really short buzz cut.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
He's killing it for all the butch lesbians out there.
Yeah, my real life hair.
When you enter, I have her there, but she's laying on the table and staring up at the ceiling and doesn't move when you enter. Her
Hey.
arms are just kind of limp at her sides. When you speak, her head turns and she looks at you, her eyes widening in bit, but she doesn't move.
Are you okay?
She slowly sits up, still looking at you, and lifts her hand, holds her finger, slowly angling them towards to cover your face, opening her fingers to look at you between them, and then closing them again. Opening them again. She still doesn't say anything to you.
Huh.
Are you truly there?
Yeah. Have you been having some trouble with your mind or something? Or have people been disguising themselves as me? What's going on?
No. No. Do something I wouldn't think you would do. That does not make sense. I have seen you before, but it wasn't truly there. So I'm not sure if I. No, I must simply believe it is you every time. I would hate to give you a poor welcome. You may never come again. And she will, with a lot of sudden movements, jump off of the table and come over to hug you, leaping over the chair.
Oh, hell, hi.
Yeah,
I
she
hug her
hugs
back.
you, pats your
Is she
bag.
she's way taller than me, right? From
How
last
tall
time I
is
recall,
Strand?
tall is 5'6". It's not.
Average.
Average. She's probably about the same. I don't think she's that
Oh,
tall.
I've been picturing her 8 feet
I-
tall.
That's fair. She's very commanding and she definitely uses her full height. She never slouches, etc. But I don't
Mhm.
think she's abnormal height. She acts like she's 7 feet tall. She has that energy, but I think it's still contained in a very average height. Maybe a bit tall, but not that tall. Not supernaturally tall. As weird as that may sound, because this is a supernatural world, obviously, but we'll say that she's an inch taller than you.
Okay.
Mostly because you slouch, I assume.
Sure.
You do
I
canonically
guess
slouch, don't
I
you?
guess he slouches. I got your letter. You
You
okay?
did.
Yeah.
I was just worried about you. You said you would come back, and
Yeah.
we still have so much to discuss.
We do, don't we?
I focused on the wrong things last time. It's just important that everything I believe I've forgotten what you could forget, and it's important that you are aware of everything. I'm not making sense, am I? I'm doing it again. You do not know what you do not know, and how have you been? We can start there. You have time. Are
Well,
you in a rush?
I am not in a rush today. I got everything done that we need to get done, at least for today. I think tomorrow we're heading off to go find some TikTok man who turned one of our friends into a shadow of himself, but that can come later.
And I wish I could join you.
Oh,
But
I think if you did, it would be so helpful, but I understand.
I mean, say the word and I will, but then you must be prepared for the fallout.
Yeah, we don't want to get all rough and tumble this early on. Apologies. It can't be the best thing to be sort of locked down here, you know?
No, I have gone upstairs, but they treat me strangely, and I am not. I shouldn't go further than the courtyard because it is sometimes open to the public.
I get it.
Not often, but people will tour it. I know that they welcome me as a leader, but still I feel as though I am an inconvenience of sorts. Perhaps I am that to you as well.
What is an inconvenience for these people is, I guess, the security of the future, I guess you could say.
I suppose, but it's been so long I do not know these people anymore.
Yeah. I met quite a few people who recognize me.
Do you? Would they know me?
Well, the ones that have recognized me, I'm pretty sure they would recognize you too.
Yes? Who? I mightn't recognize names.
Oh, well, top of the list, and don't kill me, Queen Sarastra,
Oh, well, yes, I am aware.
Lancelot.
Do you have uh, the other half to the strand that you are?
What do you mean?
You have just said the name Lancelot, so I am wondering.
He's walking around, flesh and blood, unlike myself. But, you know, he's kind of at the right hand of the queen, so that's not ideal.
Right, you seem to be a strand of him. The best parts, perhaps. That is why you chose the name Strand?
It just felt right. Somebody asked me my name, I said my name is Strand. That's the long and short of it.
Do you believe that it is a battle, and whichever half slays the other shall return itself?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Part of me wishes to just not even consider the soul, but another part of me knows that if the soul ain't whole, I don't know where I'm going with this, Messina.
Well, Sarastra knows one thing. She knows of the cycle of how we exist, so she cannot slay us. It's often why she split you.
Wait, she can't kill me?
Well, if you are speaking as Strand, then yes, she could.
Oh, I see.
But since we are not mere creatures of this world, when we are to die, we simply return. I would describe it as an outing to experience things here, and then we return to be with our mother when we are finished. I had only planned to be alive while my love was in this cycle, but sometimes plans are interrupted. We are never meant to exist on this realm at the same time together, but there was some jealousy involved. I do not blame you. And so we have.
I was jealous?
Sometimes my outings would be perhaps longer than they should have been. But you fall in love with the Fae, and they live long lifespans, especially if they dabble in certain arts that I may have assisted them in. Perhaps the blame is on me.
The blame for what exactly?
We are not meant to be here right now, even at the same time. Our mother is weak. Whenever she allows us to leave her for long enough, it's difficult to sustain an entire realm, even for her, as she gives us a portion of her essence. So we are not meant to leave her side, but she does allow us, after centuries of begging, to experience the joys of the realm that we have worked hard to protect. Have you not enjoyed your time, that only what you remember?
What I remember of Lancelot's memories.
I do not even speak of Lancelot's memories, though I
No?
know you did enjoy yourself.
I did not. I did not. Lancelot did.
Ugh.
That stuff is nightmarish to me, all right?
I am not aware of your life thus far, Strand. But have you not enjoyed it?
I'd say I
This-
did.
This realm is. There's reason for us to protect it.
Indeed, there is. Is that something you want to discuss more of?
How we will protect it? I forced you to come to me because I did want to make you an offer of sorts. I could return to our mother. I am disconnected from her presently because of the dangers of reaching out to her, not knowing the state of her and what pull Zarastra has. But from what you shared with me last time we spoke, and, well, what she had done to me, I can go back to where we're from and strengthen Mother. I can end my current life and rejoin her. Or I can continue to stay here so that I may assist you in the battle on this side, in this realm, when you go to see Sarastra. If I join Mother, then perhaps I can weaken Sarastra's source of power.
Well, if you go to where our mother is, will Sarastra know that you are strengthening her?
It is likely, depending on how ironclad her connection to Mother is. But I don't believe it will matter. It will be too late. The risk of me staying here is that she does not wish to kill me or let me escape from this life. That is the reason for her to encase me in stone in the first place. So I could not die.
That's quite the decision.
Yes, and if there's anything that I can share with you or clarify, please let me know. I believe I have shared most of what was necessary, at least, but I sometimes forget that you do not have the centuries of memories that I believe you should. Millennia, truly.
I'm that old, huh?
Yes, you
Ugh.
are quite old. Just let me know before you leave today so that I do not have to sit with this. Is that reasonable?
What do you want, personally? What is your wish?
I would like Sarastra to be dead. And I would like to see the king again. But I will see him no matter what happens. And I would like for you to rejoin me with Mother one day.
One day, perhaps, I will.
You would need to end all the parts of yourself. Allow this life to end.
That's what I'm afraid of. Well, the Moonlit King, to my understanding, has gone mad.
Yes, I have refreshed myself on everything that happened while I was gone.
Sooner or later, my group and I were going to go to retrieve his crown, which I believe is with him, right? Right, DM? I'm not mixing up details
Perhaps.
again?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe you know that.
Okay.
Did you wait? Did you?
Do I need
Did
to
you?
pull out the contract?
Did you? Did you?
Is it in the
Well,
contract?
it didn't
Kind
say
of.
whose. Wait, it didn't say whose crown it was that you're
Yes,
retrieving
it
in the
does.
contract.
No, we
but
figured that out.
in-
No, we talked to
In the
Spike.
conversation with Akeisha Gall clarified
Right.
that we'd
Told us,
had to
yeah.
kill the Moonlit King.
And we're kind of not down for it.
Right.
Ah,
well,
Sorry,
you have to get his
law keeper over
crown.
here.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Yeah, he did tell you that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that is. I felt it was quite obvious, but you know how it is
Kishigal
when
said
you
we had
have
to
all the
kill
pieces.
him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he was just being like,
He's a Kishigal.
he's being exactly.
Yeah.
We'll level up to the point where I have greater restoration, and I'll fix him. Obviously, it'll be so easy, right?
Will we?
Right.
Yeah, but we got to get the king's crown, and I worry that it may come to blows. Although I will do everything in my power to make sure that the king is fine. Are you familiar with his son, the Black Prince?
I am.
Yeah, so we've allied with him. I don't know if we've spoken to you about this before.
He is a sweet boy.
Oh, not anymore.
Aw. Not anymore.
He's still sweet. I'm
But,
the only one
hey.
who say that.
But I mean, he's been
Losing
living
a
with
father can make
Sarastra
one
for
prickly.
yeah. He has a closet with 2 people in it that stand there forever, holding a basket of apples, on the hope that his father
The
will
delicacy,
return.
the silver apples.
Oh,
Oh,
you know of them.
of course. I have partaken in one, as have you.
Oh, really? I don't
Yes.
suppose I could now in my mortal form.
Oh, well, you are not mortal still. I suppose your
I'm more mortal than immortal.
celestialness has been stripped from you. I assume Lancelot, the other side of you, maintains it. Though, if Sarastra carved you out of him, she only allows those lesser than her to share her side. So, I would not have guessed
Oh.
that.
So
The
that means she cut out
celestialness.
someone greater than her, and that's me.
Correct. You are greater than Sarastra.
Oh, don't I know it? By the way,
But-
our code word for her is the bitch. I think you'd enjoy partaking in
Correct.
that.
Though there is no need for any code here. She cannot hear us. But
Yeah, but it's
I would
fun.
speak very loudly any insult if I.
Oh,
But
all I want to do is insult her. That's all I want to do.
I'm still confused that you do not have this celestial body to this part of you. She would not have kept it with Lancelot. Then he would still be greater than her. Are you sure you do not? I can't. I see none on you.
I understand the language, I say in Celestial.
Perhaps very deep. Perhaps. May I? And she like lifts her hand up, like it is kind of hovering around your chest.
Go for it.
She immediately shoves her hand into your chest, just slipping through the kind of, what measure of skin you have as,
Mhm.
A bit of a ghosty boy.
Doesn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, and she starts like roofing around. I'm not sure exactly what the rooting around. I'm not sure exactly. what the
Sure,
right-
rooting around.
Right.
Rooting around feels right.
Go ahead and make a con save.
Okay. 22 total.
Nice. You're going to take just some necrotic damage. Are you resistant to that?
I am resistant to necrotic
Nice.
damage.
Yeah, she started. So roll with advantage next time, but you also passed, so half it again,
Yeah.
so it's only 2.
Oh.
Yeah, she starts rooting around, and searching for something. You can feel her nails kind of scraping on some of your innards.
Ooh. That's an interesting feeling.
There's some perspiration curling on her forehead as she is trying to focus very intently. Go ahead and roll another con save.
At advantage?
At advantage, yeah, but the damage is going up.
Oh, not as good. 8.
So just your resistance on that one. So at 10 necrotic damage. As
I came in here with less than half of my hit points. Oh no.
she mutters apologies as her other hand goes up to your shoulder to like keep you still.
Oh, it's fine. I've hurt more than this.
If you tell her to keep going, I guess with
Keep
that.
going.
So go ahead and make another con save.
16.
Don't forget to take a luck point for the thing you failed.
Oh, that's correct.
Oh yeah. How many luck points do you have now?
I have 5. So I gotta
You
use them
gotta
at some
use 'em.
point. Can I spend 2 to make this 18, I guess?
Yeah, you can. That's a great use. Just keep you making them a flat bonus. Yeah, so you'll
Yeah.
pass. So this is 4d10 necrotic damage. But you are resistant and you're halving it. So that 19 turns into 9, turns into 4. So 4 necrotic damage from that. Nice. From 4d10. That's massive. And with that, she pulls her hands out with like a schlump sound. She has a very deep frown and will say, "No, there is nothing.
No.
There's not a trace of celestialness in you. I'm surprised you even speak the language. I guess you are, maybe parts of your memory are stubborn." And
Maybe.
she has switched to speaking celestial with you now.
Well, how about this? Do you think Sarastra is quote-unquote weak to celestialness?
She wishes she were celestial, I'm sure. Who wouldn't?
No, but I'm talking like if she is the one who split my soul in half, you think she picked and chose what she wanted to go and what she wanted to stay?
Yes, if I suspect correctly, the dark spell that she used. Yes.
So that would imply that she wants Lancelot to maintain his celestialness,
I do not
but
believe
not
so.
certain other qualities.
She does not trust. So having anyone with powers she cannot possess is not something that she would do.
Then why did she do it?
I do not know. Perhaps she is also keeping his celestialness locked from him.
Perhaps. But if she really didn't want it, wouldn't she have thrown it away?
Well, if she could keep it for herself, I'm sure she would.
And there you have it.
But not as part of him.
But he's at her right-hand side.
I'd like to believe that he is not... You would not fall...
I would not, but remember, certain...
But you are him.
Well...
When
Sure.
you made these decisions that caused us to be in this spot, you were him. I am trying to forgive you for betraying me, betraying this entire realm. I do not wish... I don't wish to be... We move past this. We can only fix it.
That's what I've been trying to do since I crawled out of that river, whether I knew it or not.
I assume you would like to discuss with your friends whether I should continue to wait here or move on. So please, just... I need a moment.
All right. I'll give it to you. Oh, jeez, I'm low on hit points again.
Real quick, Lulen, what have you been doing? Have you been reading? Oh my god.
I think Lulen saw Aphelion rummaging further in the book and kind of rolled her eyes and walked out.
Valid.
Yeah, we'll peruse this full bookshelf. Not really looking for anything in particular, just kind of seeing what's on there.
So it's a very full bookshelf, but then there is a book on top that is open and like upside down planted on a page. And the spine does seem as though it's been getting some more recent work in than a lot of the other books on other shelves. Oh, you're picking it up?
Yeah, she'd definitely take a nosy at that one.
Yeah, it's not super interesting. It's some tips on gardening and cultivating a garden, but also it goes into some of the symbolism of those plants at the same time. There are a couple like dog-eared pages, and the page it is currently open to is one on a flower called Dragon's Breath, and how the different colors of it, if they are used in a certain concoction that is very popular with those of us who, brew potions and the like. They can make you have some, very nice smelling breath as well. But also different, like, breaths, like fire for the red one, but orange is very strong, almost citrus smelling, and can put people to sleep. Different things with the different breaths.
Okay. How interesting.
Is it?
Curious as to why it's currently on that page, but that's fine.
Well, it definitely wasn't there the last time you were here. So maybe someone has been reading since they've been kind of bored, maybe.
So fair. I was gonna say, also we're here in a book about does this book have like picture references to the flowers and that?
It seems like the first version of this book had, some drawings that are labeled. Yeah. Seems like someone, like a botanist perhaps, had some great care.
Any interesting meanings of flowers that we may have seen,
Recently.
I don't know, like half an hour ago in a certain garden?
I'm so with you. I'm so with you.
Yeah, an investigation check or a nature check to see how long it'll take you, like flicking through to find the flowers you're thinking of. Unless
Yeah.
you're trying to look for the roses,
No, roses are common. Don't need.
Yeah.
My nature and my investigation are the same, so we'll do a cheeky nature check, sure. Oh, that's a 10. Fuck it, let's spend 2 luck and make it a 12.
Okay. We'll start with you were able to find some roses. I will give them to you because they're perhaps not what you're thinking of, but you do notice that in addition to the roses that you've seen, around the court of pale roses and the like, that had, pale blue, pale pink, and white. This book also mentions a rose called a blood veil rose that can only be grown in spots that have seen literal bloodshed in that spot to be nourished by. So you do see some of those. They are very beautiful and typically bloom very vibrant red, but since these sketches are in black and white, it's shaded in, and it looks very much like the darker roses in the Prince's Garden. Yeah.
It's like as Aphelion reading the book, Lulen kind of like glances over, almost a little judgingly, and then makes a mental note and turns the page.
Does it say anything about like what happens to the roses when they're not fed?
Is that your first follow-up question when you ask Lulen?
This is I don't know.
This is
Lulen doesn't
Bird.
share. This is Bird being like, why
Yeah.
were the roses monotone?
Well, the entire garden was monotone. I think that's
Yeah.
just an additional magic bullshit.
Yeah, the book does detail about their appearance, and it says like dark crimson petals that almost shift to black at the edges. And the telltale sign that it is a blood veil rose is that they will have like silver veins running down their stalk, turned red when they are soaking up specifically that bloodshed. I guess it is reasonable
I'm
to
heavy
mention.
soil, man. Like,
Yeah.
shit's great for plants.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not fed, then it will probably go into without proper care and proper blood to feed on. They will begin to wilt, of course. But I mean, that's why we have gardeners. I'll say you can find one other flower. So, which do you think is more likely for you to look into? Do you think lilies or orchids or just like general the different blossoms that were there?
Let's go orchids.
Orchids? Totally.
Yeah.
So you do find also some nightmare orchids. They're already pitch black with very deep purple cores that if you look at them too long, they will even begin to like shift and swirl. And it's almost as if you bring a light source near them, they'll like begin to eat at it, like sucking it in, almost like it's a small black hole of sorts.
Makes sense why Lulen would have noticed them, because she fucking glows.
It mentions that they can be used when creating nightmare curses or other like nightmare concoctions. A scaled witch can do a lot, you're realizing, with these different ingredients, these different flowers. Yeah, it says that their beauty is quite captivating, but also unsettling at the same time.
Very nice.
We'll leave you with that book, as we'll check in on Aphelion before the end of our session. Hey, bud.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Looking specifically at the era of my man. My man
Your
being
man?
born. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
any mentions of him, but like specifically, it would probably like look for the first mention, I guess.
The first mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that you would definitely get a lot of stuff about Sarastra and the Moonlit King's relationship around the time he was born then, as you're kind of looking. I mean, wait. Tell me, how old do you think he is?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Can I
actually.
roll?
And also, I should make
history?
you look for this. Yeah. I mean, I should make you roll a history check.
Yeah.
100%.
Can I roll? Because I personally think it's funny as fuck that I would not know. But I also was in his head when he was a child.
That's
Or,
true.
Wait,
how old do you think he thinks you are then?
Shit, fuck. Great question. Well, I told him I hadn't slept in 140 years. I rolled a 14. I can use a luck point to make it a 15. I used a luck point to make it a 15. That's a good solid number.
15, yeah. That's pretty good.
Why would you say it like that?
Well, it's just, this is a pretty big book, okay?
Yeah. No, you're
These
valid.
are very, very old. You see mention, like just flicking through, you catch like they love listing like reason that Sarastra should not be trusted. It seems as though they never really fully trusted her. There are notes of that. Could anyone that counts like Baba Yaga as a close friend and confidant could be trusted, things like that, and how she has suspicious ties to the Ghoul Emperor. The first mention you probably come across of him is that how dare she send away the Black Prince to the Ghoul Empire?
Aww.
You're not sure entirely what happened from the entry that you find, but it seems as though he may have spent some time as the Ghoul Emperor himself.
Go off, King.
Assumedly before he found this place in Corremel.
Does it read as traumatic? Because I'm getting like sent away by stepmom or, pretend mom, and then being put into a place where you have to fight your way to the top to live properly. or to be treated with respect in any way, shape, or form kind of vibes.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean they're critical of it, but I mean no one stopped it.
Yeah.
And perhaps it was a bit like understood because how Sarastra and the Moonlit King operated for quite a while was that Sarastra was head of the summer court. So
Yeah.
during those seasons, she would be at the main palace. But during the Moonlit King's winter seasons, he would be at the palace. So the Black Prince, when he came of age, he became welcome at the palace during his father's season. But
Mm.
she sent him on a political mission to the Ghoul Empire, yes, during her season.
To get him the fuck out of the way is what it's reading as.
Out of the way,
For
or,
Aphelion,
you
and
know,
possibly dying,
sure.
you know.
It wasn't during a time of like unpeace.
Unrest.
They were separated, but they were still king and queen together, technically,
Yeah.
But no, they used to rule together, but things got a bit
Awkward.
separated. Yes.
They were taking a break.
And then he disappeared.
And then he disappeared.
So it's been summer season for a long time. This is in the book. It's been summer season for so long, it is unhealthy for the land. And many things erode over time if the seasons do not change.
Oh. Like color.
Well, how about you guys make your decision?
About Messina.
Yeah, your decision about Messina in the time we have left.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
Strand.
so difficult.
Your sister.
Hey,
Hi.
Hi.
How'd it go for you? Are you okay?
Strand's looking a little colorless. I'm fine.
He's definitely like got his version of blood all over his chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I would heal you, but I've lost all ability to do so.
You don't need to. You don't need to heal me. I'm sure we'll take a long rest very soon.
Oh God.
Well, it won't be that long of a rest. It'd be an average night's sleep.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You do come
I'll
up
heal
with
by
such
then.
funny words.
I don't know any healing spells. I'm sorry.
You don't have to. You're fine. I still have lots of magical ability left in me too. I could heal
What were you
myself.
about to say? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say spell slots, but you guys give me a weird look whenever I say
It's
that.
not even spell slots anymore.
Oh. Anyway.
So how'd it go?
Yeah, you're covered in blood.
Oh, the blood thing, she had to reach inside to check if I was still celestial or not. Long story short,
Oh?
I'm not.
Right. Well,
That's.
yeah.
But that was like the last thing that we did.
Oh.
She seems in a pretty bad state.
In what way?
Well, she was lying on the table staring at the ceiling when I walked in.
Okay.
And when she saw me, she was
Right.
like, "Are you real?"
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a little concerned.
We've all been there.
Maybe I have been, I don't know.
We've all been there. It's fine.
Usually not on a table.
On the floor, maybe.
Yeah, the
Maybe.
head activity is reserved to floor time.
She's coming to terms with the fact that I'm not Lancelot, but, you know, she still says that I am, in a way, which I guess she's not wrong.
Right.
But that's not sort of the thing. I need to confer with you guys, get some advice.
Conferring.
She's asked me to make a decision for her. Whether she ends her life on this plane to go to our mother Hecate and strengthen her, as she's very weak at the moment, or if she should stay here and help us with our cause. I asked her what she wanted. She wanted to see the Moonlit King again. I worry a little bit with how the Moonlit King is gone mad, or something to that effect, that if we find him, that she's not going to like what she sees. But also, I kind of want to let her have her wish to see him.
How fucking morbid.
I mean,
And selfishly, I
She's-
want her to stay.
okay, then we can do that. That's
But I'm not sure that she
Right.
does.
it's. I feel like it's a little selfish if she's in such a state to force her to stay, but
Well, one decision is very permanent, and the other one isn't. And
mhm.
she put that decision on you. So kicking that can down the road until she sees the Moonlit King or until you feel ready to let her go is probably the better option.
Maybe. I think she needs a friend. I think she needs people to interact with. Because she's practically locked down here.
She can't do it. Yeah.
Right.
Not a whole lot that she really can do, but wait, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another thing to consider. If we send her off to help Hecate, re-strengthen her, help her out, will Sarastra know?
Probably.
Will it strengthen
Slightly.
Sarastra if that happens as well? Or will it weaken her? Because isn't Sarastra get her power from Hecate? Or am I crossing wires somewhere?
Stealing power from Hecate? Is that how it's should be seen as?
I think it is more she has the power she currently has rather than is taking it actively from Hecate.
Hmm.
I assume. So unless she goes and steals more whilst Hecate is recovering, I think that is not a worry. But it's Sarastra, so who fucking knows?
It's always a worry. Everything's always a worry.
The bitch eats stars, so, you know,
Yeah.
nothing's out the realm of possibility.
Yep.
Okay. I guess we'll
So-
end our session there then. With
Okay.
that note.
She gets to
Woo!
stay. Woo!
She gets. I guess we're gonna ask her to stay.
Babes, don't off yourself, please.